Welcome to Inspiration Radio, Growth Principles for Humanity and Progress. Join us when we share information, wisdom, and ideas how to create an extraordinary future for us all. The future is open. We together decide what will be in it. Welcome to another episode of Winspiration, Be Inspired. And today I have a guest who comes from a different background, as more in the material world, grown up, born in Turkey, and now living in France. And we connected years ago, and I wrote a preface for a first book, working across 5 continents. And an interesting transformation in her life, and a lot of possible insights for you. And in the interview, she talks about cultural intelligence and not just simply about networking. So she talks about net worth, creation. And it's about the net worth is not just a material net worth, it's about the emotional net worth. And how important it is that we have really the right balance inside, outside, nature, material stuff. And it can bring you, if you listen and not only listen, apply, it can bring you a lot of new aspects and a higher quality in life. And know the good is the enemy of the best. So check out Meltem Etcheberry, today author and connector in creating networks and net worth works to inspire people, young people, people cross continents, and ideally you too. Hello and welcome to another episode of Winspiration, Be Inspired. And today I hope you get a lot of information and ahas about being really inspired, because we will talk about a lot of topics, how humanity, how humans can connect better and maybe get their life to a different level of quality. Today, my guest and is a partner in this episode is Meltem Etcheberry, and she is a creator and catalyst. And coming from different backgrounds, she was not, let's say, a writer from the beginning, but then she got once an idea and became the lead co-author of a book, Secrets of Working Across 5 Continents. She wrote another book, and the next one is in the pipeline. And today we talk about her insights, how we can all connect better, create better, and live better. Welcome, Meltem.
Thank you, Wolfgang. It's a pleasure for me to meet you today and to talk to you.
Yeah. If you like to add something, feel free to add. Otherwise, I just ask you, what made you write the book about connecting people around the continents, and what is on the journey you had, though, the insights, what we can do all better?
Yeah. I think for my background, how can I say? I'm interior designer, so interior architect. So I always work with my hands. So designing and writing is the same way, if you want to to say the meanings of why. But also for my background, so I grew up in Switzerland, even if I'm Turkish. And now, since for a long time, I'm living in France because my husband is French. And why I was living in Zurich, because my father was a representative of the Turkish National Bank for Europe. So this is why I I was so happy to live in Zurich in Switzerland. And then when I came to France, I was working in international companies or brands like L'Occitane or Van Cleef& Arpels and many other brands. And I had the pleasure to connect and to work with different culture, with different people from all around the world. So I understood that my references is not the best one somehow, and adapting to the cultural meanings of things for me was so amazing. You know, somehow, yeah, it's different what I learned in my family, or in my country, etc. But also you learn to be open-minded and to respect others and to love others. So this is why I was so
Is this what
interesting. Yeah, please.
is this what you say? What is the difference in growing up? Okay, living with a dad who was in the banking world and
Yeah.
with luxury brands, and now you
Yeah.
talk about the love. Is this the opposite, or what you mean? What is really the difference between your upbringing background and what you try to bring in the world today?
Oh, yeah. Actually, oh, it is a trilogy what I did because you kindly did the preface of the first book, Secret of Working Across Five Continents. So it's about cultural diversity. And after this book, I created a concept with cultural intelligentsia. So like for me, it's very important to see. Yes, we are different because we are not the robots, like I can say. We are all different, and it is very good. But what we can do with these differences, how we can manage these differences, and how we can get a kind of continuity or complementarity with these differences. This is the main issue, I think. And this is why cultural intelligentsia, it's something that we can learn what we can do with these differences and how we can get the inclusion with these differences. And this is the meanings of this concept, cultural intelligentsia. And the other books, it was with young people about uh, universal luxury. Actually, why I did this project, it was not prepared. I was just, do something like that. And because one of a contributor to the first book, Secret of Working, he's Turkish, living now in Tashkent, and I'm also working with him. And he asked me to write for his book about luxury selling,
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 pages. And I say, okay, no problem. And I have many books in my library, as I work in the luxury groups, etc. And when I was thinking what I can write for luxury selling, because as an architect, I never sell anything. It is not a product. We have a project. It is not a product. It's not the same way to sell, I would say, the product. There is something. And all this book, I was thinking that it was before COVID, and now after COVID, we have a new era. It is something different. And I was thinking, what is for me the luxury, the real luxury? And then I was thinking, yeah, okay, for me, the luxury is my family, my friends, and ethic, trust, time, healthy, etc., etc. So I did 21st chapter for this idea. And I call him and I say, okay, I think I will do another books about luxury, but we are not in the same way, because I am not talking about selling or buying, because you can buy a very expensive something, watch or something, but you cannot buy your
Outside.
time.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can buy the
it is
outside,
something that you
yeah.
win with time, and time is so luxury.
Yes.
And with this book, I did it with the young people from Turkey, because I started with Turkish, so
Okay. Mhm.
I continue with young Turkish. And this was so amazing. They really transform me, because youngs are new ideas, and they are so amazing, really. And I was proud of them. And yeah, we did this book with the in the earthquake time in Turkey, and
Yeah.
this is also very important for us, how to see the luxury when you leave something so disaster, so something difficulty, etc., etc. So they also, I understand their motivation, they willing to change something, and this is why I
Can you
created
explain a
another
little bit more when
concept.
you say they transformed you? What is a transformation? What is the difference? What you really experienced there? What it sounds here
Oh,
like changed you.
yes. They have some interesting questions
Mhm.
about life and about uh, today's world, etc., etc. And they have questions. And when I think, for instance, for myself, we accept it, and they questions. It is the difference between generations, I think. And they also, if they believe, they are in action. And this is why I think, um, for instance, one example, uh, after this publication of this book, I organized in Istanbul a kind of, not a meeting, but yeah, a meeting for meet each of them, and they mostly they came to Istanbul, and one of them who lived very far from Istanbul, he called me and say, "Oh, I really want to come to Istanbul to meet you and others. You know why?" I say, "No, why?" "Because you love me."
Wow.
It is so interesting. And I say, okay, if you can move a young 23 years old from um, hundreds of kilometers to the meeting because you love it, I think with love we can do many things.
Love is the strongest power, yes. Mhm.
Yes, this is why I came from cultural intelligentsia with human richness. This is the second concept that I did. For me, our richness, our luxury is human. And
Yeah,
when I say
that is,
human, it's not only people, it's also nature, animals, etc. So
yes,
yeah,
that's,
it is the big, very amazing richness
yes.
that we have.
Nature, like you said, is rich. Different animals, different plants, everything is different. And you said also the young people ask questions. I guess always young people asking questions, but
Always.
they grow up in a culture where they shut up, don't ask,
Yes.
don't talk when adults are talking or whatever. And then
Yeah.
went to school where they told you need to have the right answer, don't ask.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
young generation maybe is not this boxed anymore, though they dare
No.
more stay with their nature. But the cultural,
Yes.
would you say the cultural intelligence, for me, is it also what we call today as a kind of from IQ to WQ? because
Yes.
the beginning, if you see differences, and depending on your conscious level or level of fear, everything what is different needs to be fighted and against. And then one day, that's how I understand you, you realize, oh, the difference could be a big advantage, what we can create together. Like a big orchestra has not only one instrument, so just to make totally a new sound. And that's what I understand what you say is a cultural intelligence. Is that
Yeah, yeah.
you understand?
Um, I really like Ubuntu philosophy in
Yes,
Africa. And instead of saying me, we say we. It's very,
yes. And
yes.
some tribes don't have even the word I.
Yes, yes. And I think it's the main topic, this philosophy, Ubuntu, because um, myself, I cannot do many things, but all together we can create something. So this is the probably main issue that we need to think now, and also young people, they have possibility to have internet, so they also share uh, faster and with all around the world,
Yeah.
and this is also uh, a chance for them to meet people, to share with others, etc. So this is why we are now about to creating an international young platform, so
Mm.
young people share uh, with them together, because I think if you do project, if you share ideas, etc., with respect and love,
Yeah.
you can also create peace, because you don't care about people behind you, or you just see human being, you respect and you love it, and you add values for each project you have, and you can add values for yourself.
Yes.
And because what I did, I said to the young people in the meaning that please love yourself, respect yourself, and add values for yourself, because you can only share what you have in
Yeah.
you. You cannot share something that you don't have.
Yeah.
This is why this kind of words, respect and love and values, are so important to create also peace altogether.
Yeah. I'm an
Yeah,
advocate of win-win, and obviously, if really everybody would go for the individual purpose,
yeah,
it's like forest, the nature, they're
yeah,
working together and
yeah,
supporting each other. Yeah, you see also that the lion kills an animal to survive, but they only do what they need to do and nothing
yeah,
for fun or just for kind of dictatorship. Mm. And if you say Ubuntu, this is really like in a good family, the individual grows stronger if they're not using their power to fight each other.
yeah,
So really support each other
yes,
to their natural strengths, purpose, and whatever. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I really think that um, in, especially in that period that we have, uh, we need to have group, we need to have together, to be together and do something together. And this is why I am now doing this kind of books or platform, etc. Because myself, I would say I'm nothing. I can do some for my small area something, but if you want to create something, we need to have different ideas, different point of views, uh, and different ages also. I think relationship between generational relationship, it's also very important. We
Yes.
all need each other's. So
that's the way how
elder, they have some experience, they know past, and young people, they also want to go for the future. But we need to understand our past to go to the future. So I think it's also very important to have this relationship between generational relationship, and we respect all. So this is why, as you say, before we say shut up, etc., to the young generation. Now we need to see and understand what they are living, what they are thinking.
And it's more important than ever, because we once lived in the time where we're not really changing so much in the world. So there was, listen to the elderly, they tell you what to do. But today the world is totally different. The elderly need to learn from the young. And that is really a big difference. And all the topics are different. Like together, the humanity or the humans survive because they learn to work in groups.
Exactly.
But then, okay, they came to a level where they were fighting the groups. But now we have problems on planet Earth, what not one group alone can solve. So we need to raise to a different level of really, we are all in the same boat, as we say, we are all in this together.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we are all, I don't know to repeat, but I think really we all together we can do something much better than alone. And today with technologically evolutions, I would say, with the internet, etc., we can really do something with others more easily than before. So this opportunity we need to use. I would say we need to go further with this technology. But I also would like to underline that technology is very good, but it should be for human or nature. Yes, exactly. I always say it's like a Swiss knife. You can cut and eat, but you can also kill somebody. It is not the problem of the knife, Swiss knife. It is just intention behind. It's important. This is why, for me, ethic is the big issue for the time being. I think we need to have more international laws and advisor, etc., to keep something that all this technology or using, etc., in the good way, in the human way, in the natural way. This is that I really would like to underline, that this is why the first chapter in the second book is universal luxury and ethic. Because my son said, if you don't start with ethic, don't go. It is not something, and I think it's a young point of view. It's very important for me, and this is why ethic is maybe the very important word, and we need to get some action with this.
Yes, and then you can look back what kind of so-called crisis we had. We had a kind of financial crisis, is said, or whatever. But if you really take a look at this with this consciousness, and you see it's an ethical crisis. It's a very crisis. It's not the money crisis. It's not a knife crisis or whatever. When we have now peace or war and everything, it's an ethical crisis. It's not a weapons or whatever crisis.
Yes, this is why values is something very important. Social virtues or deontology, etc. This is also very important to transmit to the young people what we can. Yes, they need to understand, but they are very quick to understand. No, I'm really very hopeful for the young generation. No, I'm not. No, it will be very good. So
The young
the
generation
hope,
has,
we need to get the hope every time. So we need to be positive also. It's not something that it's finished, etc. No, there are always hope somewhere
yes.
with somebody.
And the young
Hope is
generation
something
has a big
important.
advantage that they don't have the memories because we elderly easily try to repeat the past or
Yeah,
our belief system, and they are just new and can therefore ask different questions. Does it really make sense what you tell me here or whatever? And that is so good to listen to it and always question. But that is especially in the Western world. I don't know, you have a different background, but in the Western world, Karl Popper, a philosopher, said, "Oh, where we have a wrong idea of science, we always try
yeah,
to prove and protect something, but we need to have joy in asking the question and finding why it's not true, because
yeah,
only that brings us closer to the truth."
yeah,
Yeah, and not protecting and defending the error.
yeah. This is why I'm really fan. I like philosophy because if you understand also even Chinese philosophy, Confucius, etc., or Greeks and everything. So I think you can better understand the world also. And what I also see that before philosophies, this kind of topics were not so important because mathematics and science and blah blah, it was very important for. Now I think if you would like to understand the future, as I told you, you need to see understand the past, and for understand the past, the best way is the philosopher. It's the philosophy, and you can see that yes, they are right. They have many good
Yeah.
yeah, and and then you respect them much better, and even um, you even with the philosophy you can also create peace because it is the other way to understand another culture,
Mm-hmm.
and
Interesting. What would you say when says we create peace? Is it really about creating peace, or is just stopping not peace? Because more peace is so much more natural.
yes,
Because when we
yes,
want to have peace, it's like go in nature, yeah, go sit at the beach,
yeah.
just sit there, and it's so much easier to feel peace. So just stop doing the stupid stuff.
Yeah, actually peace is not a word. Peace is the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why when I say create peace, it's not something that we are creating something. It is just um, to refine a natural way. Maybe instead of going to the shopping malls, go to the forest. I don't know, it's something that we also need to have. This is because it is natural and we need uh, this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can change our way to live, to refine our interior peace before,
Mm-hmm.
and then outside peace. So and then sharing what we have with the others. So it is the maybe the same because we are not creating peace. Peace is already here. You just need to find it.
Yes.
So
And
it is the way. Yes.
and
Yeah.
like you said, you find it in yourself.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And I think it's so interesting if you really have the so-called super good moments you feel super good, you have the tendency to close the eyes.
Exactly.
So, and really focusing more inside, and I don't want to be distracted from the outside. But like when you go to the shopping mall, we are so focused on the outside. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's
I'm
why,
not against the shopping malls. I don't want Chris told me what to do.
no, no,
Of course,
we need to shop,
but uh,
but
for me, life is a kind of balance.
yes,
This is why the second topic in the second book is luxury and balance. Actually, yes, harmony, to find your harmony. You can go to the shopping mall, you can do the shopping, but you can also do something. It is balancing. And if the balance is not good, then there is a problem. There is a, yeah, for inside and outside. So, yes, balance is the maybe the real word to find this. Yes.
balance
Mm.
and also I would say the avoidance of separation or I'm against it because there are some people who are just working for money, 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 money and losing their soul. Then others
Yeah.
say, oh, no, 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 I'm against material stuff. We are just making what and so both
Yes.
for me are losing reality because it's integrating everything
Yes. Yes.
balanced level. But we need
Yes.
both, or
Exactly.
at least it's
Both.
my belief why we are here. If you
Mm.
want only to be spiritual, yeah, you don't need to incarnate. Yeah, you just
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
come to
This
the
is why this balance is it's important for human being, for
yeah.
even for nature. There is some kind of rules in the nature also. So they also balance. So somehow, um, I also like kairos, this meaning. So in the nature, we have this.
Let's explain it. What Kairos means.
Yes, this kairos is the right person, right time, and right
Yes.
opportunity or right things. So
The Greek word
somehow.
Kairos and the other word is chronos, like you measure just it.
Exactly, exactly.
So it's
Time. So
right
it's
timing. Yeah.
exactly. Somehow, time is very important because we love children, so you cannot have a children. You need to wait until 9 months
Mhm.
to have a children, is a child. So I think we need to be patient. We today we need to have everything
Quick, fast. Yeah.
quickly. And this is also, for me, not balanced because we have natural way, we have natural time. So we need to respect this natural time. Uh, and uh, and yes, Kairos is something that I really like also. And yes, we somehow, if it's not happened, it's also good because there is you need to change and you need to find another solution. um, if it's not happen, it is not going way good, problem, change, and then
Mhm.
find another way, instead of stopping and saying, oh, why, no. um,
But
what is the solution?
but
This is the
for me is a little bit more than just waiting 9 months for the baby. It's also when to have the baby.
yes,
But when you talk about balance, and this way it is also the understanding of the time, like it's more get real how nature works and what nature needs. So it needs the 9 months. It's
mm,
also for cooking.
yes,
Whatever natural ingredients you have, maybe there is no fast food possibility.
no,
Yeah,
yes,
so,
yes, yes,
you kill and you're not doing the best for yourself.
exactly. Yeah, instead to have something delicious, you need to wait.
Mm, mm,
It's the same
mm.
for dishes, it's same for everything, for nature, as you say, in the nature, plants, they need time to,
Yes.
grow. And yes, this is also a very good balance between
Yeah.
yes. And
But what,
uh,
um, I was wondering, this challenge or make it more clear what balance really means. That everything needs to be in balance, but do you need to always go out of balance somehow to go to the next level? So balance doesn't mean stuck on a special
oh
level.
no, 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 no. Of course, of course. This is why uh, the way, the solution, and everything that we need to find, and this is why instead of saying why it's happened and why na na na, we need to say ask ourselves, how can I do something positive, and how can I change, etc. So this is maybe the best questions instead of why, how, and then we can go further and maybe create something new and add values, etc. So for me, why is negative. Of
Mhm.
course, we need to understand why, but then how
Mhm.
to go further, to be in action. For me, it's important to be in action and then somehow stop and think and then go, etc. Not in action every time, but it is also not balanced. Huh?
Oh, the
So
language on the 3D level is action.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But challenging a little bit the how and then say, okay, I don't like the why so much. Um, if I feel it right, because I say always the opposite, you need to know the why and then the how. Because if you're not changing your consciousness and always thinking in the how and always start with the how, you're just repeating the past. So before
Yes,
the how needs also this, okay,
of
well,
course.
let's go to a better level. What can make better? And then you change already. Then you have
Yeah,
somehow already a why. And
yes.
then comes the how. And that's what in the modern world of the secret or the, oh no, I just need to visualize. No, that's not working on this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. This is why I think we need all uh,
Yeah.
opinion, the others, etc. This is why I call it human richness. So this richness is very, very important. If you if you go further, you can also share and ask questions, etc. with trustable people who
Yeah.
can yes.
Mm.
Then it's very good way to go further instead of finding yourself always. It's stressful if you want to save everything or find a. This is why this sharing with others, it's a real richness, trustable people, and you find your balance with thanks to them. So it's for me the best way
Yeah.
to
There's
go
also
further.
about
Yes,
understanding how our brain works.
of course.
Our brain is always tricking us. And if we're
Yes,
not conscious enough, we just create our ego, we create our belief system, and then we try to get the world to our belief system.
exactly, exactly. This
Universe,
is why cultural
yeah,
diversity is very important
yes,
because somehow it's very challenging.
yeah,
And this is why I experienced it. This I say, oh, I never think about it. What?
mhm,
And then say, "But it's better than what I what
yeah,
I had." And this is this challenging, these amazing experiences let me know that yeah, cultural diversity, this diversity is very, very important. But also inclusion, of course, what we can do.
and I would call it, is it value or judgment of disappointment?
Mm,
Because if you really want to come closer to the truth, you need to be happy about disappointment. Yeah, because it shows you, oh, my point so far,
mm,
point or whatever you call it, oh, that was not the truth. So if you need to change this and challenge this, and that we need regularly the outside impulse and the challenging questions
Yeah.
that you can change to a different conscious level. Because if you just trust your, let's say, left brain ego, you just what you
No, this is why open-minded is the best word for me for that. And also, instead of ego, we need to be more eco minded. So this is also I like this word. So yes, ego is something that stop everything. So if you think you are the best, you are nothing. But if you yeah, of course, but yes, of course, but you know, doing together is so challenging. It's so even it's so surprising. Somehow you have some, and you say, okay, never see, never heard, never, but it's the best. Okay, go ahead. So I like this surprise also, and I get it with during the second book with the young people. They surprise me so much. So one of them is a young from countryside in Turkey. He was 16 years old, very young, and he was very involved in the applications, technology, innovation, blah blah blah. You know, as many youngs. And I was thinking, he will probably write in the luxury and technology or innovation part, etc. And at that time, he lose his grandmom, and he wrote luxury and that and life. I was, oh, it's so. I never think that a young, so young people could. He understood life. It's so amazing. This is why it's so surprising for me. And I say, okay, never do you do something. Never be in a can I say it like that? And
frame in the box.
The borders, etc., etc. You, for me, liberty creates innovation.
Yeah.
If you leave somebody in library, then it's the result is very surprising, better than what you imagined before.
Yeah,
This is also
or what you judged before, huh? Because
yes.
you say, "Oh, surprised that a 16-year-old have such an understanding of life." We can also question, where does the belief come from? Only if you're 25, then you have to understand the world, not possible before.
Yeah.
But what if we just see a soul coming and brings all the knowledge of life and universe, and we just stop them and we put them in a box, and then you need to go to school till 20 or whatever. Like all we say, hear from the native people, like a boy with 13, you would send in the woods, or in Kenya they needed to hunt the lion and everything. And from 13 on, okay, the lifespan was shorter, but from 13 on they were in the circle of the adults. And if you look at history, Alexander the Great and whoever, in which age they did this all. So I guess we created a very wrong belief about when kids have an understanding. Because we created a school system, you need to be 18 and then you go to university and everything. And maybe with 35 you can understand world life.
I also read somewhere, I don't remember. So maybe we need to have some new way to education also, probably. Yes, we need to adapt to the situation. Today we can work outside. We can talk with the internet. We can do many things thanks to technology, etc. Maybe education will be changed and adapt to the new innovations, and yes, and also um, how how can I say, with technology, business change, job change, many I also read many different jobs will be coming. We don't know about it for the time being. So this is why also we need to adapt. We need to prepare to the future, and maybe our currently educational system is not so adapt
It's
to.
totally wrong. It's made for the industrial age, how you
Yes,
function.
but I think they will adapt because life is adapting. So we
Yes,
also
yes,
need to adapt.
yes,
Yes,
yes, and
and
no.
systems
How
need
you
to be adapted also.
how you
Yes.
you define adapting, because when you say about our school system is wrong, I simply, if I look at the money. So in no education in the Western world, in school, university, they're really training you how to handle money, what is an insurance and everything that's so important for life. And then they send you 40 years to work. And then in the end, okay, we need to take care of you because you just worked and have no money and not handle it. And I say this especially because we need to understand how life is, how universe, and the universal laws never changed in the last thousands of years, and I guess they
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah,
change in the next
yeah.
1,000 years. And like you said before, the technology should be the servant. So if we
Yes.
don't have an education system, in this wording, how to be the boss of money, how to be the boss of technology, it doesn't help that we learn just how technology is functioning. We still will lose out.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. This is why human and technology should be also balanced. This
Yeah.
is why it
We
is
need
in the
value
third
education.
book, so I cannot talk about for the time being, but it is also what we are preparing for the
Yeah,
next book.
yes.
So you know the next book. So
Mm.
so but yes, it is the life is adapting, and somehow many systems, educational or business and everything, will be should be adapted to the next generation. And I'm sure young will do that. It's something also that I experienced during this period. I work with the young people, starting by my son. So they have many ideas, and good. And also maybe we need to add in the education natural. It is not really
No,
maybe
no,
we need to go
values.
out and see nature and blah blah. There is something that of course I'm not expert of education, so I cannot I, I know my level of uh, this issue, but anyway, we need to, yes, we need to balance everything and adapt to the situation. This is the,
This is really
and
true that you're not an expert in education. If you look how you grow, I would say, educate your kids, the mom makes decisions all the time. And it's
mm,
just like in the classical education system today, school system, it's not really value based.
no,
And you as a mom, or what you're doing today, you have clear values. You see we need how we treat young, what we do, where it's gone. So maybe you're more an expert in education than the so-called experts. because it's what is really yeah, the groundwork what we need to do in education, and not just okay, I have special driving skills or I have special computer skills. So that's not all about. What is really the values of the love you talked in the beginning?
Yeah. I think yes, liberty is the good way, but we need to have also some rules.
Yeah,
Cannot,
so no
of
group
course, no rules, no functions. Yes, I'm agree with this.
Comes to the intention again. Are we making rules that we can live better together,
Yes.
or making government's rules to suppress the people? Yeah.
Maybe what I can say as a mom, of course, we all naturally way to protect our children, but maybe they need also have some experience.
Yes.
And what I can maybe say at that level that today we for me gaming is the best way to understand world. And what unfortunately today gaming is only on the tablet and the internet, etc., etc. But gaming is also very social normally. You understand life during the game, so you respect elders, you respect, you protect the small child, and you understand what is the winning or losing. In the game you don't really win every time, so it's also preparing to the real life, or you play with others, and then you don't want to play, and then you would like to come back, but you understand how to negotiate to come back, etc. And this is the real life. Unfortunately, with tablet and cell phones, we lose this part of real life, and we don't transmit to the young generation. This is maybe the main topic that we need to add to the education, because for me education is starting in the family, not at school, in the family at the first.
I
So
totally agree.
yes, there is also some yes, instruction and education. This is the two different words that we all say education, but it is not the same.
No. But if you go to the root of this word education in the Latin, it comes from the Latin language.
Yes.
And education just means bring out what's inside, bring out. So it's not filling something in.
Yes.
So what is your true nature? How you can live your true nature? And when you talk, okay, we need to learn gaming or whatever.
The real life. The
real life. And if you see in my YouTube channel something that says, be inspired for the play we call life.
Yes. This is also balance, You can play with the with your computer, but you need to play with others also to be socialized. This is also balance. I am not against the tablet, but I prefer balancing. This gaming and technologically gaming. It is always the same balancing. So we need also maybe transmit to the young generation nature. They are so far from nature, unfortunately, because they are still at home, mainly, I would say. I saw a video maybe with a small girl. I don't 3 or 4 years old, I don't remember. And they asked her how where the tomato is growing, and he say in the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, no, it is something wrong. We need to transmit natural way, nature to the young generation.
Yes.
And no, tomato is not growing in the supermarket. It's just selling them. You can buy it, but it's not in the, and somehow we need to add more nature to the education, I think. Animals, plants and everything.
Where it
So
really comes from. Yeah.
yeah, this is
And
the
then
balance between
the plant.
nature and technology.
Yeah. Yeah, and the real understanding, I see it also when people come with, oh, that's a great business idea here, you can make a lot of money. It's
Yeah.
the same with the tomato. Where is the money coming from? And then
Yes.
you see if there's nothing really created of substance, then you're just speculation. Yeah. And
Yes. Yes. Yes.
people,
This is why we in the universal luxury we also have a chapter about uh, s- uh, circular economy. It
mhm,
is also very important to understand this circular economy to the
yes,
for the luxury, because you can live without your even without your money in the island, I don't know, but you cannot live without eating.
yes.
It is something that it is the best, it is the main topic,
Mhm,
agriculture and the circular economy, etc., etc. So we need to uh, explain
mhm,
that the real luxury. What is the real luxury?
yeah.
It's having or being.
Yeah, and we are called human being, not human doings, not human havings.
Yes,
And anyway, you can't take, if you leave the
yes,
takes
yes,
with you, but the only
yes.
thing what you can take with you is experience, what you experience.
Exactly, exactly.
That
This
is,
is the
mhm,
yes,
yeah. Um, and therefore, I have a question when we talk about balance and everything, or how to teach nature. I guess for me was a big aha also to get a different meaning on surrendering. Because when I grew up and you knew surrender, it was more like I'm the victim, I can't do anything. But also in this context here, surrender, what are the real laws? What is the law of universe? What is nature? You need to accept it, that we are not, as humans, can really control what planet Earth is doing. We always will lose out. So what are the laws we need to accept? And that is what I miss today, looking backwards in school and in education, because at the moment all training is you're powerful beyond measures in the way with tools and internet and cryptos and everything. Or like the financial crisis we had, like the banks were not in the real world anymore, so the distance from the real world, and it's just a question of time that it will collapse. Universe will
yeah,
win.
yes, yes, yes. Um, how can I say? Yeah, this is why for me, this human richness is the best way to. Um, actually, I'm talking about not networking, but network worthing,
Yes.
and this word, these values, is more important than networking.
Yeah.
So this is also
Nice way.
important to underline. Uh, yes, uh, what we need is more uh, out of the balance, out of the yes, and to be open mind and to have time for others also, for yourself and for the others, because otherwise you are alone and you are depressed because uh,
Yeah.
because we
And
are all human. What we experienced in the COVID period, maybe many people they was crazy because being alone, it's not human way to live.
mhm.
It is not life. So somehow we need others. We need to contact. We need our five senses. But I also explain in the book. five senses is also our luxury. We need to see, we need to talk, we need to touch, we need to, something that five senses are very important also. To answer you, this is also what we need to understand and use maybe, and yeah, and yes, I come back to human richness. This is our real richness. Can do everything with trustable people.
Yeah, and the modern science says also, okay, we understand more also the physics. Time, space, like we saw, is not fundamental. So we go more and more that consciousness is fundamental for the universe.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, there we have a lot to understand. And then we understand also more why love is so powerful, because
yes,
a totally different conscious level, a higher conscious level. And from there, you can create totally different thing. And I love really what it says, creating net worth, not just in the money or the material world, but really also seeing net worth in the individual human experience. Because when we leave the planet, okay, I hope it takes a while that we do it, but as far as I heard, nobody on the deathbed said, "Oh, I should more in the office. I should
buy a house
more or whatever." No, everybody says in the end, "Oh, I missed out to live much with self or whatever, spend more time with family." And
this is why I explain it, leaving a good trace to the others before leaving here. You need to leave. This is the main topic of life, leaving a good trace, leaving something that others can enjoy, can profit, and can do something much better than what we one time we will go back, and I would like to go there without baggage, nothing. I want to leave everything here, so it is my trace, I will say. And in the history you have many big people, etc. What we today live, it's what they leave as a trace.
Yes,
this is the main topic that history explain us. So what you are doing, if it's something, it sense meaningful, or something, you add values, and you did something to change something, to touching people. It's also important what you did in your life. It's your trace.
Yes.
It could be good or not. I don't know.
In the beginning of our talk, you said, okay, you left philosophy and the philosophers, the ancient wisdom, but we never talk about how did the horses or the house of Aristotle look like, or Plato. How did he live really? Did he have 3 bathrooms or 2 bathrooms? We only what always survived over thousands of years was his philosophy. Yes. So what he really gave, what you call value to the people.
Yes.
And yes. Thank you, Meltem, for the time you just gave us here and the insights and wisdom. And I wish that a lot of people have now the possibility to increase their, let's call it, spiritual, mental, or intellectual net worth. And yes. Nothing against luxury on the outside, but luxury on the outside with no luxury inside is just totally balance.
Totally.
Go yes. for the inside first, because that you always can take with you. Thank you, Meltem.
Thank you, Wolfgang. It's a pleasure for me to meet you every time, and thank you again.
Yeah, thank you. And listener, please be inspired and live up to your true potential. And the best is yet to come.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Bye-bye.